Right, okay. So I'm going to stick to that, whatever this says. This is my boss. Okay, I don't want to let you probably hold on your lunch. It's a very lovely lunch. I had a little bit of that. They call me now. So thanks to my friend CRV. This is the third year. He's doing a really fantastic show. How many of you heard me before? Only one, right? Okay. I'm a boring guy because I'll try to repeat the same speech because that's what marketing is, right? You got to be consistent in what you're trying to do. And very interestingly, last 4 years, I have not changed the speech, but still it is very valuable it is very valuable because you will know why, right? I categorize the Indian startups into three categories, right? You know what is the first one? Three kind of startups, three category of startups. This first one I call it as about copycats. So these people just look at probably TechCrunch and look at the newsletter and then find out what's happening in the US, right? Immediately start writing a business plan. So I'm going to do that in India. So I always joke about that. It took 15 years for us to copy Amazon, right? It's still not good at it. And we need now Modi ji's help, right, to protect us from foreign companies, right? So Flipkart is as good a foreign company as Amazon because major investors are SoftBank and Tiger, yeah? So this is the problem, right? Why it took 15 years? Any guess? Because only 2015 e-commerce kind of took off. Any ideas? Yeah? Why suddenly took off? 15. Market? Huh? Sure, yeah, then? Yeah. Shout. Okay, yeah, good, right? So this cash on delivery part. Because we're a trust deficit country. We don't trust anybody out there. Who's this guy who will take my product, money and then run away? So when they introduce cash on delivery, you don't need to trust this person, right? You see a product, when you're happy, you pay. But cash on delivery is not new to the country, right? It's been around for hundreds of years. India Post had it, it's called BPP, right? So it took 15 years for an entrepreneur to copy India Post and Amazon. You got e-commerce took off. So there is another reason, is mid of 15 it took off. Another reason is about Alibaba syndrome, right? So this Alibaba made a lot of money for its investors. So people thought India is going to be next to China. So a lot of money went in, a lot of action happened. But did that happen? Did we have a lot of winners? No? Yes? We have a lot of winners? No, right? Because the reason is that we are not China yet. We are at just $2.6 trillion economy. And China is 11, right? US is 20. So if you look at, that's my topic is about ignoring the billion. So around 250 million may have an internet access, depend on what is the latest effort. We'll see how it impact big level. I traveled in villages. Geo is not there yet. Even if there, it's okay, not awesome, right? Hardly they have around 7 crore paid people so far. So we are 130 crores. So the reason is that most of us are writing applications for this 250 million who have internet access. So this is good enough, right? 250 looks like in US market. But we are not US yet. US is at $20 trillion for 270 million. For 1.3 billion people, we are producing just $2.6 trillion. That means if you are making more than 1.5 lakh in India a year, you are a rich person. Is it good or bad? 1.5 lakh a year. If you make, it's a very, very bad, right? We are a poor country. We are a low income country. We don't have electricity for 400 million people. 350 million do not even have food to eat. So this is where there's more focus on 250 million. There is a crowded market. There are 85 e-commerce companies targeting that. Because it is easy to copy, right? You sit in a probably AC room, write an app, wait for a Kollaveri effect. So how many Kollaveri happened in the last 5 years? There's only one, right? So they don't even know how to repeat it because they have no idea how it happened. So I would probably look at this where there is a focus, there is where the potential is. That's my second category of startups, what I call is about playing on India's strength. So what is our strength? Do we have any strength? Yeah, populations, very good, no? So what else? Any other strength? Huh? Resources, very good. What kind of resource? Huh? Any other strength? Ah, that's good, yeah. So most of you in the room, you are the future. I'm all minority, right? So this is the fantastic thing. We have half of the country is going to be the younger generation. That's fantastic strength that we have. What else? Any other strength? So our strength, what I say, is about the problem, right? We have thousands of problems every day since you get up till you go to bed. Every complaint you make, pollution, traffic, road, water, energy, corruption, politicians, whatever. Every complaint you make, it's a business plan, right? So all not about your relationship. So that is a separate thing Baba Ramdev is good at, right? So he's a billionaire. That's a good business also. So there in Bangalore, there's Kanakpura Road, a lot of those people are there. Good business, that also. But all these complaints are business plans. So how? If you find a compelling problem, right, people are having it, you bring some element of technology. If every Indian pays you $1, you have $1 billion company. That's simple as that, but it takes effort, right? It's not easy as just write an app, put it up, wait for just give free stuff or give discounts, ask people download it for free, give cash, whatever, right? It takes a lot of effort. But I'll give you 2, 3 examples of amazing entrepreneurs who are able to solve this but doing really fantastic. We all talk about traffic problem in Bangalore. The pollution is going up very bad. I was in Delhi probably a few months back. I could not see the sun up. There was no sun in Delhi at all. So that's the level of pollution, right? What can we do? We can even blame some government or something else. But as an entrepreneur, Som, who runs this company called Carbon Masters, he said, let me try and attempt on this. We have this side, we have garbage, right? 5,000 ton of garbage Bangalore produces. So what he does, Som, is one of my investment called Sahas, right? She managed around 30 tons of these waste, zero waste campuses. All the wet waste we will take to a place, convert into a biogas. Biogas is not new to the country. It's been there 100 years. But what he's done, he purified the gas and compressed, put in a cylinder. Your calorific value is equal to or better than LPG. Now you can use a gas produced from your waste. So we have a Konark restaurant in Bangalore. It's using that gas for last 1 year. So now, so this byproduct is your organic fertilizer. So I have another investment called Fresh World. They are supplying vegetables in pushcart vending. This pushcart vending, there are 15,000 people in Bangalore supplying this pushcart. So he developed an electric vehicle which has tablet, electronic weighing machine, Bluetooth printer, every technology talk about, right? And he's doing around 10 tons with just 45 vehicles. No discounts, no marketing. If you go to search in the social media, nothing will be there about this guy. But he's just quietly selling 10 tons of vegetables, right? Because when you put the cart out in a street, it sells. People see the fancy cart, highly transparent system, that does. Now, he's starting another media on van, right? Selling in vans. So this van is going to be run with the gas, bio-GNG that produced by the same Carbon Master. So what are we doing? Bangalore waste converted into the bio-CNG. That's going to fuel fresh oil vehicles. The farmers who we are buying the vegetables going to get the organic fertilizer. This you could complain sitting here and talk about Bangalore pollution and waste, or you can do something about it. That's what this company is doing. What do I call as a circular economy? So this is what, but it requires a lot of effort. I've been watching this space for like 4 years. Som is the only person cracked it. He has no idea about the startup India, that India, nothing. He was head down, working on solving a problem. We knocked his door and said, take our money. So this is where that you have to do is about, don't go behind the investors and asking about, this is what I've done, incremental innovations. But if you really believe in your vision, if you solve a really serious problem, money is there, money will come. Som is a great example of that. I'll give you one more example, right? Technology again. So in India, we have around 68% of the country lives in villages, right? And which has only 2% of the doctors. So it's a big problem. A person living in a rural area, if he has an ailment, you and I probably take a 1 hour break, go see a doctor and come back to work, right? For him, he has to go to the nearby town, so his wage is gone, his travel expense, he'll take somebody with him, his travel expense and his wages, so 4 times the price. What he does, he wait till it is too late. When it's too late, he had to mortgage his land, probably give up. If he survives, comes back, he has a lot of debt. If he passes out, he puts the whole family in debt. So number one reason in India, people fall in poverty or not able to come out of poverty is healthcare expenses. So what Neurosynaptics, Samir has done, he developed a nice tab with 35 diagnostics tests can be attached to it. So you don't need a nurse even to run a telemedicine center. So we have a center in Madurai, Meenakshi Mission. So their telemedicine center is in Rameshwaram, that's 150 kilometers away. It's run by a 10 pass lady. You don't need any skills because a patient walk in, you put the thermometer in the mouth, the doctor sitting in Madurai has to activate. Then the tablet shows the temperature in that village, and the computer and doctor, what they're seeing, both are same. So he presses a button in Madurai, the prescription gets printed out in Rameshwaram. Right? So this is what about solving problem for 1 billion people. So today he has enabled 2,200 centers like this, UP, Bihar, and Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. Right? So no skills required. That's where the technology comes in. So technology is a great enabler. It is not end of it. So don't put the technology first and look for solving problems, because I always joke about, in India we say that, right, if you give free phenyl, even phenyl people drink it, right? But look at these billions of downloads, all are free. Everybody is competing for these downloads. You are giving out your app for free, nobody is using it. So you're worse than phenyl, right? What problem you're solving, what pain point you're solving. Look at the Neurosynaptic example of how technology can be a big enabler. Same app, same tablet, same Bluetooth, whatever. But it is enabling a lot of villages, 2,200 villages now have telemedicine, right? So their expenses comes down. We have a lot of cases. A person just walked in for a quick test. We were able to do an ECG, and then it was really bad. We have told them in 1 hour you got to get admitted, you're going to get a heart attack. He got admitted, did an angioplasty, he's surviving now, right? So that is an ability, that is what an impact you are making. You'll be happy about what you have done with your life. Not just copying another hundreds of apps and wait for a collaborative effect. I'm just giving out this free and put a cash and all that stuff, right? So this is the potential of India. We have 20 years to solve India's problem like this. After 20 years, there are no problem going to be like this. At that time, we can play games, do all kind of stuff. But right now, we have a great potential to build the nation the way we want it, like Samir is doing. But Samir was rejected by 85 investors, right? So he never gave up. So don't listen to investors, the gyans about what they're saying. 5 things I'm looking at, this is a trending area. I hate the word trending area. If anybody comes to ask me what is the trending, I said you create the trend. So 10 years back, if somebody would have told that you are going to have a phone without keyboard, you would have laughed at that guy, right? All it took for one entrepreneur to create a trend, everybody follows it. So you be the trend setter, right? Don't look for meetings here and then look for trending, some yarn from the investors, then go write app for it. Samir never care about investment. He knows the problem still exists, right? 68% lives in villages, only 2% of the doctors are available. He was completely working on it, he made it possible. When we put money, when I've invested, 3 investors came together. He's doing really awesome now, right? So this is the potential of India. If you're able to tap into this, solving these billions of people, you are going to have a fantastic future. Like this, I have around 20 plus investments, all of them are like this. Like this, there are thousands of problems available for you to solve. Do you want to do that? Or you want to write another app, wait for a collaborator? Third category of startups, they're called disruptive innovation. We have 0 in the country, right? So like this, I spoke in a conference, one person stood up and said, we have Oyo rooms, right? If you believe Oyo rooms is a disruptive innovation, how pathetic our country is. Because we are not spending time on technology, understanding deep enough. A person studying metallurgy in US, working on a next version of Gorilla Glass. Person studying metallurgy in India, writing an algorithm to find the cheapest Gorilla Glass phone on Flipkart. So that's what India's situation is. If that continues, we'll be a copycat nation, we won't be leading it, right? So here is a potential for you. Thank you very much. I don't want to hold you for lunch. If you have any quick question, we can take maybe one or two.
Very inspiring talk. Thank you. Questions from the audience? There was a lot of great ideas. Yes, I see a hand going up there. Can we have a mic over there in the middle of the room, please? Could you please just raise your hand again so we can get the mic to you? Thank you.
So, a question for you. So, there are several projects out there where people.
Sorry, move my closer.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. So, there are several projects where people have done to solve a lot of problems, but they do not pick up, like they do not become very popular. I'll just give you an example where something like gravity light, where you can just pull that and glow a house, right? But we do not see that being very popular. Like,
yeah, no, good, very good point. So today we are in a world of social media. It's all about popularity, right? So why do we need to worry about this popularity at all? I don't care. I don't understand at all. We are all logging for this limelight thing. If you are solving this problem head down, look at the entire investment cycle. Only $5 billion investment happened in India last year, right? We are a $2.6 trillion economy. 5 billion is just nothing. So why too much focus on this investment, popularity and all that, right? If you solve this problem, someday someone will recognize you. If it doesn't, what is the matter? Samir never cared about it, right? He was head down solving this problem. Recognition will. Som, right, of Carbon Masters, he never attended any conference, any startup incubator, Startup India application, running behind investors, nothing. He was just head down solving a problem. He solved a technology that I've been watching for 3 years, right? So forget, popularity is another thing, right? We're all in a lazy world. You just drink a coffee and put in your Twitter and I drank coffee, awesome. And then you keep ego surfing that how many people are liking it, right? So all your friends will keep liking. If you don't like, he's not a friend anymore. You'll get a fight with them. Hey, you didn't like my post yet. So what happened? You know, 1,000 likes, that place is a popular. It is real. You did that just, you want to have ego surf. I put a something 1,000 like I got. Awesome, yeah. But it's reality, the coffee may be sucking, right? But that's a problem. You sit in a search engine, which work on algorithm, which is popularity. So recently I was watching a budget, right? There's one newspaper asked me to write an article. So I don't watch TV or newspaper. So I went to DD online. I was watching Arun Jaitley. After he's finishing the budget speech, I was searching the manuscript, right? I want to see the script as is. The first pages are all news magazines. So it'll give you only their views, right? In the search engine, third page is Finance Ministry's website. There, the transcript is there as is without anybody's opinion. But that's in third page, right? We are lazy enough to go to third page, right? Arun Jaitley not sitting and doing a search engine optimization. So whose loss is that? It's your loss or his loss? So that's the reality. Just believe in the reality of that. Do not look at for popularity. So if popularity is the major thing, all these companies featured in front pages of this newspaper, where are they? Doesn't matter. End of the day, what matters is, are you solving a real problem if your customer is willing to pay for it? If you're able to do that, you'll be a successful entrepreneur. Don't bother about anybody else. You'll be successful. Yeah? Thank you very much. I don't want to hold you between your lunch. Have lunch. Thanks.
Thank you. May I request you to please remain on stage one moment, and I'll invite Venkatesh from GMASA to please present a memento. And I think, to me, one of the key messages, apart from all the inspiring ideas that you shared itself, was the fact that it's in all of us to start a trend, and it doesn't take much more than absolute perseverance. Thank you so much for that amazing talk. That was Nagaraja Prakasam from Indian Angel Network.
thank you.
Thank you. And before we head into lunch, quick note of thanks to our sponsors, our platinum sponsor, Champ Cash, gold sponsors, Caldorado, Cake, Collect Scent, and Ad After party sponsor, Apps Flyer, Lanyard sponsor, AdClick Media, and Wi-Fi sponsor, Aptoid. Today, lunch is also open to everyone with a Super Saver Pass. Everyone with the Super Savers Pass, you're welcome to join us for lunch. We'll break now for 30 minutes and we'll regroup here. Don't forget to take selfies and visit the booths. Of course, the hashtag is GMASA. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch.